Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, please subscribe. I'd really love that if you're returning. How you doing today? I just got off the phone with my son. And he's very upset about what's going on. And he said, as of right now, he doesn't care if he gets kicked out of the Marines. He said, I don't care if they hack my phone. I don't care if they hear this conversation, Mom. He said, F him, meaning potato. That is not my son. That's not him. But that's how upset he is right now. Now, he said that his buddy was watching a video or something like that, because apparently Potato had made a statement at 5 o'clock. I guess they're not going to be making any more efforts to get our men and women out of there, any of the Americans. When they were originally going to be sending troops over there, right? My son was gung-ho. He said, Mom, I hope they pick me. I said, son, I said, you don't want that. He said, why? I said, because it's not what you think. I said, you'll never come home again. He said, yes, I will, Mom. Thankfully, he's still in school, so obviously they're not going to choose him, right? And when I just spoke to him, he said, my God, Mom, you were right. I said, see, son, those Marines, they're not coming home. I don't understand what this administration's problem is. Maybe they just don't have a problem. Maybe it's just because they don't care. So, more than 100 people perished, including 12 U.S. service members and 90 Afghans, at the Kabul airport when 2 blasts ripped through crowds trying to enter the American-controlled facility, disrupting the final push of the U.S.-led evacuation effort. They're more worried about getting the Afghans out than they are our own people. An attack at the airport's Abbey Gate, and that's A-B-B-E-Y, was followed by an assault by a gunman. Another attack took place nearby at a hotel outside of the airport. 15 U.S. service members were injured, the Pentagon said. The attack on the U.S. personnel marked the deadliest day for the U.S. military in Afghanistan since 2011. And U.S. officials attributed the attacks to the Islamic State's regional affiliate. And the Islamic State claimed responsibility in a report posted by its AMIQ, and that's MAAQ, news agency. How nice. They have their own news agency. And Potato, he spoke about this at 5 p.m. today, following the explosions, the White House said. Joy. And the U.S. plans to continue its evacuation of U.S. citizens and allied Afghans. Marine Corps General Frank McKenzie, commander of U.S. Central Command, told reporters today. Are they? Or are they just worried about getting the Afghans out and not so much our Marines and our citizens? He said the U.S. estimates that around 1,000 Americans remain in Afghanistan. Okay, well, why don't we worry about getting them out first? Them first. Get the Americans out first. I realize that some people are going to come back and say, well, this is what the Marines signed up for. Is it? Is it? Is this what the other Americans signed up for as well? Put yourself in my position and every other parent in their position, and have a son or daughter over there, or your wife or your husband over there, and ask yourself, did you sign up for this? No, you didn't. I know that my son is still in school for the Marine Corps, but I didn't sign up for this. No one signs up for this. Just like when a police officer starts his day, does he sign up to get shot by an 11-year-old gangster? No. It's called serve and protect. Just like when my husband walks out that door every day to go to work, because he works for Homeland Security. Do you think he signed up for that? No. So keep your negative Nancy comments and garbage to yourself. He signed up for it. Blow it. No one signs up for it. So, we expect these attacks to continue, McKenzie says. And the Taliban, who seized Kabul on August 15th, are a sworn enemy of the Islamic State. McKenzie said the U.S. would continue to coordinate with the Taliban on security outside of the airport gates, sometimes sharing information with the militant group. He said the group fighters had been searching individuals en route to the airport and that he didn't know how a suicide bomb was able to get through the Taliban checkpoints, acknowledging a failure somewhere. If we can find who is associated with this, we'll go after them, McKenzie said. Will you? The American deaths on Thursday were the first U.S. military combat fatalities in Afghanistan since February 2020, when 45 in the Taliban signed an agreement on withdrawing American troops. We shouldn't be there. Tata was briefed by his national security team about the incidents on Thursday morning in a White House Situation Room and continued to receive updates, officials said. He spent much of the day in the Oval Office. At the time of the attack, approaches to the airport gates were packed by thousands of Afghans, and Western governments had warned earlier Thursday of an imminent attack by Islamic State's a regional affiliate. The U.S. believes that the bomber detonated at the front of the gate as he was attempting to get onto the airport compound, McKenzie said. We will try to improve our procedures, he said. But General McKenzie said that the U.S. would continue evacuating civilians. We have to continue to let people on the airfield. A senior Afghan health official put the death toll among the Afghan civilians about 90, with many more fighting for their lives. Taliban spokesman Suhail Shaheen said in a message, "We strongly condemn this gruesome incident, and we will take every step to bring the culprits to justice." Now, this was their first major security incident since the Taliban took power in Kabul and began dismantling the blast barriers and other security installations that had been erected to thwart the insurgent attacks during the 2 decades of American military presence. People were very optimistic that the Taliban are now providing security for us and that there will be no more suicide attacks. But sadly, it happened, said an Afghan woman who was near the site of one of the explosions. Footage from the sites of the attack showed multiple bodies and bloodied and maimed survivors being transported away in wheelbarrows. An Afghan man who was attempting for the 5th time to get into the airport and get on one of the evacuation planes was standing in the crowd outside of Abbey Gate when the detonation took place. "A lot of people got hurt," he said on the phone. "I helped a little girl, and I think she passed away." There's a lot more to this, and I'm not going to get into it. I'll leave the link, okay, so you guys can read the rest of it. Please keep the families of these Marines and service members in your thoughts, in your prayers. I pray every day that November gets here faster and faster so Andrew can come home. I can't take much more of this. I really can't. It's driving me nuts. Please. All right, guys, I love you. I'll see you in the next one. You stay safe, you stay positive, you keep prepping. And as always,